on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
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 That worked. If you think that worked, we got Bella Verita, Happy Fun Friday, Darren Prince, and the Heart of Influence, and some special guests here today as we explore the superpower of integrous influence, because it is the only attainable human superpower. Think founding fathers. Think the building of Disney, the NFL. Think every rise and fall of every empire. It is on the other side of yes. Bella Verita, who is here today?
Sean, we definitely have some extraordinary individuals here today for the regional triangle of trust, Heart of Influence with Darren and Ammo, although Ammo's not here today. But first up from Paradise Valley, Arizona, co-founder and managing partner of an investment fund champions small cap companies with bold funding strategies and growth. Visionary deal maker recognized for igniting opportunity, structuring high-impact partnerships, and scaling businesses to new heights. Passionate mentor and coach, empowering executives and young athletes with resilience, confidence, and purpose-driven leadership. Let's welcome to the show, Matt Schisler.
Paradise Valley. I'm going to go with that as a fun fact. My Paradise Valley connectivity later, Bella Verita. But Matt, warm welcome. And Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me, Matt, for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. Matt, we kick this game off with a fun fact. It's a headline, not a story. Think Chuck Barris Gong Show, gong, if we get into story mode as opposed to headline. But it's a proud moment or an adventurous moment and or a growth moment, some shocking magical moment. Anything, Matt, that will make us say, Matt, no way. So, Matt, please, what is your headline fun fact?
Headline fun fact is I am a minority owner in a professional wiffle ball league, which is very, very fun.
Whoa.
Extraordinary. I didn't know there's professional wiffle ball leagues. Bella Verita, before I went blind, I would have been the best wiffle ball player in the world. So, yes, let's go get it, Matt. Thank you for being here today. Maybe not as much fun as professional wiffle ball, but close. Bella Verita, Matt's in the house, coming from Paradise Valley in the shadow of Camelback Mountain. Let's go, Bella.
Let's go. We're going to Little Silver, New Jersey, host of a highly impactful wellness podcast sharing insights on fitness, mindfulness, and sustainable living with global listeners. Over 20 years of expertise in yoga, meditation, Tai Chi, fitness, creative transformational programs, and destinations worldwide. Founder of an environmental movement leading efforts to reduce plastic use and promote sustainability with her local community. Let's welcome to the show, Jennifer Bourne.
Impact. We're hearing you, seeing you. What you say matters to us. And please, Jennifer, your headline fun fact.
All right. Well, if you live in New Jersey, you either love me or hate me because I'm the crazy plastic bag lady who literally showed up at Congress as a plastic bag. And I was able to get that ban that happened here in New Jersey. We worked a really long time for it. And I'm really proud of that because we shifted not only what we were doing, but the awareness and what change can really happen when you have a small idea and it can really make into a big one.
Well, Jennifer, you are loved and appreciated here. My daughter Courtney is a wildlife ecology graduate in her master's in wildlife ecology teaching, now as a TA, getting her master's at Delphi. And she did an Earth Day project in kindergarten for the entire school, unsolicited, that was unassigned. So thank you for being here, all that you do in the world. And you ready to have a little bit of fun today?
Small.
Let's go. Jennifer is here.
Jennifer's here, ready to have some fun and rolling with Jennifer and Matt coming from New York, New York. Fearlessly pioneered a capital markets advisory firm driving strategic growth for small cap issuers and IPO candidates with bold vision, led a transformative company overseeing operations, capital markets, and investor relations while streamlining all key functions with authority. Master of the New York Stock Exchange, guiding 600 plus listings, SPCAs, and IPOs while driving $40 million in revenue base. Let's welcome to the show, Robert Woodson.
Warm welcome to the Darren Prince and Ammo Heart of Influence on Fun Friday. And please, your headline fun fact.
So my fun fact is when I was born, I was 11 and a half pounds. So I was a very large baby. And just to make that a little more interesting, my mother was a diminutive 5'1" woman. So in 1966, when I was born, I believe I caused quite a stir in the hospital. They believed I came out of the womb walking. So that's my little fun fact for you today.
Like cigar and stubble, are we talking about?
Something like that. Exactly.
Let's go, Bella Verita. I don't even want to think about the physics or geometry of all this. Let's go.
Let's go. Coming from Los Angeles, California, heart-centered powerhouse vocalist, mesmerizing audiences worldwide through American Idol and the sold-out international concerts with soulful flair. Dynamic headliner collaborating with legends from Kylie Minogue duets to energy-charged shows alongside Paul Oakenfold and multiple countries. Trailblazing creators, entrepreneurs launching her executive fragrance and cosmetic line while earning media from The Buzz, from TMZ to Billboard. Italia, let's welcome Nutsia B. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And also you said my name right, but Nutsa. It's good. Yes, but I appreciate it. It was great.
Nutsa, correct?
Nutsa, yes.
Nutsa.
Yes.
Nutsa.
Yep. It's not nuts inside. So as you know, fun fact about me would be that I'm crazy. I look normal, but I get crazy sometimes. What I mean is that when I love to sing, right? I sing since I was like 1, as my mother said to me. And I've been singing all my life. But fun fact about me is that I love to dance. And whenever I hear some music, or it doesn't matter where I am, I love kind of all types of music. And I just love to dance and have fun.
Nutsa, it's an honor and privilege to have you here. It's wonderful to connect backstage at Aspire. And Nutsa.
It was great. Thank you.
And Nutsa, can I share with you that I will now call Bella Nutsa from now on?
Natsa, yes. I love that.
Yes.
On American Idol, they were calling me Nuts. Nuts for Nutsa, they were saying. And then they would call me just Natsa.
Yeah. So Nutsa meet Nutsa. Nutsa, let's go.
That is very fair because I'm probably a little crazy too, I think is what he's trying to say, Nutsa. But welcome to the Heart of Influence. And are you ready to have some fun?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Going to New York, New York, distinguished leader of the #1 Latin America-focused investment banking boutique firm, expert in financing across U.S., Latin America with sweet spots in, I don't know, tourism and fashion. Something else, tourism, fashion, celebrating a decade of success with passion for innovation, strategy, and keen interest in sports. Let's welcome to the show, Julio Marquez.
Warm welcome to Darren Prince's Heart of Influence, and please, your headline fun fact, Julio.
I was a little kid who loved magic, and so I was doing magic shows everywhere. I'm from Mexico. So in Mexico, I almost had a professional career as a magician. Once I became interested in Wall Street, I started applying some of those magic skills to bringing capital to Latin America. And it's worked out so well. It really takes a skill and a little misdirection to be able to get investors from this side of the world down to Latin America. But it's worked so far.
A magician you are. Just Julio, please, if Bella asks you to teach her how to saw me in half, please don't do it. So Julio, excellent. Bella, no sawing me in half. Over to you.
I definitely think we should be sawing you in half just to see if magic is really real. I think it's a good test. Next up, coming from somewhere in the world, high impact mentor, the founder of Legacy Mentor, coaching top execs and bold entrepreneurs to crush challenges, lead with confidence, and leave a lasting mark. From Wall Street to Hollywood, after building a career in global finance, produced hit shows like The Apprentice, The Uncover Boss, mastering the art of strategy and storytelling, inspiring voice on leadership, a featured guest in Forbes, USA Today, and Wharton Business Radio, lights up the stage and boardrooms worldwide, energizing leaders to grow, connect, and build their legacy. Let's welcome to the show, Damon Diamore.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Heart of Influence on Fun Friday, and please, your headline fun fact.
Headline fun fact, I started my career on Wall Street in New York and London and transitioned all the way over to Hollywood. And after a few years, became a producer and produced 2 #1 shows. And about 200 hours into producing television, I decided to go back into business, launched a venture capital fund, and a network reached out to me about a new business show. And I thought they wanted me to be on the show as a company, but they wanted me to host it. So after this whole career of producing, I had to learn a whole new skill set about how to act in front of the camera and actually host for a real network. And it was terrifying, but it was a lot of free earned media for my new company. So I did it, and I loved it so much that when I wound up transitioning back into doing some more media work, I probably conducted about 300 interviews with CEOs of different businesses, and I love it. So,
cool. That's awesome. And what was the name of the show, Damon?
It was called New Rules for Business. It was Discovery Channel's show. It was their partner with Amex. They wanted something in the business category, and we would highlight founders that went untraditional routes to go get their funding and scale their business, that shied away from VC or private equity.
Cool. Congratulations, brother. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. Bella Vreda, we got a growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous, committed to mastery crew. G Hicks everywhere today. Come on, Belle.
G Hicks are flowing, and another G Hick coming from Los Angeles, California. You know this man. International best-selling author, agent representing icons like Magic Johnson, Hulk Hogan, David Goggins, and the late Muhammad Ali, and Joe Frazier, just to name a few, negotiating over $750 million in marketing deals over 30 years, 16 years sober, a global advocate for addiction recovery, dedicated to giving back, believing in the power of second chances, and improving lives through partnerships with treatment centers and mental health initiatives. Let's welcome the one, the only, Darren Prince!
Mr. Darren Prince, it has been a long time no chat. Just joking. We were chatting just a bit ago. Thank you for everything you do in this world. You want to talk about a humble man who is a human of impact with the most influential of people. That is Darren Prince. So, Mr. Darren Prince, thanks for all you do. And what's going on, brother? And please, your headline fun fact.
Thanks for having me. You know, we'd never miss it. As long as I'm not on an airplane, you know how much I love you guys. I'm gonna go with the fact it's football night tonight. And being a Jersey boy, very few people know that I'm a diehard, obsessive, Nutsa Charger fan, I would say. I'm so nuts. So Nutsa hasn't seen the side to me yet, but when Charger football is on, forget about it. Nothing else matters in my life. So I'm hoping we get the win in Brazil tonight against the Chiefs.
Let's go Chargers. I'm loving this. Dan Fouts, Kellen Winslow, Charlie.
Chuck Muncie, Charlie Joyner.
I was my Jets were always terrible back then, so when my Jets were out of it, I would be rooting for those
My
Chargers.
condolences as a Jets fan. I don't know about the season for you, my brother.
Yeah, it's been a long, hard run, brother. Shall we do the things, Darren? Let's go do the things. Okay, Darren is here. Chargers are rocking. Let's go beat the Chiefs. Our friend Nick Lowry Bell is going to be mad at me, but that's okay. And so will Lee Steinberg, Pat Mahomes, all of it, but we'll make it through. Let's go. I'm going to Chargers tonight. So Bella Verita.
Hold on, let me introduce the woman that put this show together from Nutley, New Jersey. Having led over 200 capital market transactions in the past 25 years. We're getting some feedback. And there's something going on. Taking companies public in the 7 different ways to do so. 2 years out of law school, built a $1 million solo practice from her basement as a single mom with 2 young daughters, proudly serving for over a decade on the board of National Investment Banking Association, helping companies get connected to thousands of members and funding sources, executive producer of the Heart of Influence, general counsel, and chief ecosystem officer for Cali Law. Let's welcome the one, the only, Andrea Coutinho.
Oh, my mic is working. Woohoo!
Andrea, warm welcome from Nutley, Nutsa. Nutsa is Bella's new. Nuts in the house. Catania, please, your headline fun fact.
I once closed a deal on almost the top of the Great Wall of China, and my 89-year-old mother was just there 3 weeks ago in the same spot, and I got a picture to prove it.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. It's like Genghis Khan taking over the worldness on the Great Wall, or no, Andrea?
Yo, you got it. Genghis Khan all the way.
Let's go. And by the way, Andrea is, I don't know, like 30 years old or something, but she can do 1,000 push-ups in a day, for real. So thank you for that, Andrea. By the way, Darren, Andrea is challenging David Goggins to a push-up contest. More on So I'm going to introduce the woman who's been doing the introducing. This woman began her career in the superpower of influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. She progressed to being a 7-figure business generator in the space of network marketing as a teenager. That's crazy. 24, 25, 26 years old. She's three-peating like Jordan, except not in hoops, but instead in business brokerage. She's the first woman ever to do it in this male-dominated industry, and she's the youngest person ever to do it at 24 years old, male or female, again, let alone 3 straight times. She then starts to train the big gals and guys at Fortune 500 companies, then entrepreneurs. In fact, 2019, all of the teams that Bella Verita works with doubles their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. It better be a blind man today. Sometimes she lies and says it was YouTube.'s also an 8-figure philanthropist in the past 2 years, raising money for charity with the Unblinded team. 2-time about to be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer. In her 1800th, yes, 1800th 1800 plus episode on the Heart of Influence. Let's welcome to Darren Prince's Heart of Influence, the woman that put the heart in it, Bella Verita. Verita, fun Friday, warm welcome. Over to you. What's your fun fact?
Fun Friday. I'm going to go with the fun fact is Sean and I for months and months and months have been working on like a pre-show and post-show like warm up. And I think today we actually nailed it and have what we can do pre-show, post-show going forward. And that is my super fun fact. And I got to hang out with Sean Callagy and Darren Prince backstage at Aspire last week. That I think is also a pretty fun fact.
Yes. And part of our pre-show ritual includes me saying, I can never promise that I will be on time for the show. And then Bella asked me if I'm going to be on time. I said yes. And she said, you did it. You did it. So
you
yes.
already failed. Yes.
I already failed. So I will never do that again. Thank you, Bella Rita. We are in a powerful place going forward. So Bella, let's do the things.
Let's do the things, because I think we're in a powerful place going forward, because I think, Sean, by 2026, Heart of Influence is going to be a top business podcast. Is that correct?
That is very correct. And then maybe a lot sooner than you think. So Bella Rita, let's go, please.
I'm going to introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He's only one of two attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Aspire, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages, he's an incredible philanthropist. And in 2 years, raised $10 million for charities. Let's welcome the one, the only, Sean Callagy.
Thank you, Mr. Darren Prince. Thank you, Andrew Catania, for causing this, and warm welcome to all of you fine folks being here on this fun Friday. So, quick double shot of fun fact. First, Paradise Valley holds a very special place in my heart because of the honor and privilege in 2016 for creating the largest jury verdict in the state of Arizona that year, which would span about a 7-year period as Arizona's largest jury verdict. And it was also my second of 2 top 100 national jury verdicts in a 3-year period, making one of only 2 attorneys in the country to do that, and the only one that was blind. And as a fun fact, yes, I had the privilege of speaking on the Aspire Tour stage, where Darren were meeting backstage and all the beautiful things. Is one of his wonderful, wonderful clients, David Goggins, was hitting the stage right after. And it was a massive, massive honor and privilege to spend that time with Mr. Darren Prince and, of course, Nutsa. So, Bella Rita, those are my headline fun facts for today. And shall we do the things?
We shall do the things, Sean. And I think we'll start with Matthew today. Or Matt.
You go like Matt or Matthew?
We'll go with Matt.
Awesome, Matt. So, Matt, here's what we're doing. Everything happens after yes. See the Sons of Liberty before the Boston Tea Party, before the founding of the United States. See Netflix, like, hey, Blockbuster, you want to do a thing? And Blockbuster doesn't say yes, and they're no more. Everything that's ever happened in human history, leadership, management, marketing, selling, recruitment, fundraising, for profit, not all happens after one word, yes. But we're not looking for pitching, hooking, closing. This is not Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. But in fact, when yeses should happen between heart-centered, integrous, masterful humans like yourselves. How do we do that? That's what the show is all about. And Matt, Bella will be anybody you want her to be to illustrate this. She could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, anyone, Matt, that you'd want to go from hello to yes with. Final footnote, it doesn't have to be a sale or an ultimate yes. It could just be a yes, Matt, and everyone for a longer conversation. So Matt, please, who would you like Bella Rita to be that you're going from hello to yes with? Footnote, I am blind, no notes, not a bad introduction. Please, Matt, over to you.
Going a little out of my comfort zone on this because I think this will be fun. I'd like for Bella to be the owner of multiple indoor soccer facilities, and I would like for Bella to go to yes for wanting to franchise those facilities.
All right, so Bella, you own multiple of these facilities, and take us in.
All right. Soccer Sally's, this is Sally.
Hi, Sally. Can I speak with Bella, please?
Hold on one second. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella, good morning. Matt Schisler. We haven't met before, but I'd really like to speak with you. So, the reason I'm reaching out is I heard through business brokers here in Arizona that you're looking to attempt to either sell or expand your indoor soccer facilities. And I have an interesting idea I'd like to pitch to you, at least. And that idea would be, rather than sell or expand using traditional methods, if you would consider, hearing more about a franchise model.
Interesting. I hadn't thought about that because I hear that there's all kinds of like franchising laws and you can get into a lot of trouble with franchising. And it just kind of, my experience as I've heard on the street anyway, it's just like, it's such a big headache to franchise.
That would be accurate. It's a big headache to do any sort of business expansion, actually. But I do believe that if you evaluated the opportunity to utilize a franchise model, it's a very disassociated and diverse use of capital, which would help you grow. So I'd like to see, can we get a chance to meet here in the next couple of days just to talk more about possible franchising?
Yeah, and can you tell me, like, just I agree with you, all kinds of business, but when it comes to franchising, is there, like, in your just opinion, real quick, like, what would be the benefits of that over just we've thought about just selling outright, let somebody else do that. Why do you think that we would want to do franchising instead?
That's a good question. There's numerous benefits to franchising. First and foremost, the benefit is cash flow coming into the parent company, which is the franchisor, without having to expend the capital to grow in order to get that cash flow. And a more exceptional benefit is the creation of a much larger brand, which creates more value than a local brand. So if you have a much larger brand, that creates more value and creates higher valuations. Last but not least, it allows you to look at different opportunities throughout larger geographic areas where you may not be thinking that the service that you currently have right now, which are the soccer facilities, could expand to.
Sounds interesting. I definitely would like to investigate it. So maybe if you could come by the office, come by our soccer facility there on Hollywood Boulevard, and we can have a little bit of longer conversation.
That sounds great. I'd love to come see you. Are you available at Tuesday or Thursday, sometime around lunch?
Sounds great.
All right, I'll set it up. Thank you very much.
Bring some tacos.
Matt, franchise tacos are rolling. Bella, who's following up Matt?
Following up Matt, Sean, is Jennifer.
Jennifer, please. Who would you like Bella Frida to be?
Just unmute for us, Jennifer. Yep. Nope, you're not unmuted. So if you'll unmute for us.
Yes, the elusive.
Don't make me a plastic bag. Nope. No, you just remuted yourself. You were unmuted and then you remuted yourself.
I have a dog that will spray. He's a 14-year-old lab and he will just bark at whatever and whoever. So I didn't want him to bother anybody.
No, all good. Jennifer, who's going to be?
I would love for you to be Alice Walton. I don't know if you know who Alice Walton is. She's one of the heiresses of the Walmart the Walmarts. And she is an American philanthropist. And she just opened up a facility that teaches for free in Arkansas for a new model of wellness. So she's it's called Awesome. It's pretty awesome.
So Alice Walton, awesome. Let's go.
Hello, this is Alice.
Oh my gosh. So this is Alice Walton.
Yes.
I'm so privileged and honored to be on the phone with you. My name is Jennifer Berenius and I live in Little Silver, New Jersey. And I have read so many amazing things about you. And I am so inspired by the things that you do every day. And I first of all want to thank you for what you've given to the world. The amount of energy and intention is just incredible. So I first just want to thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. You're impacting lives. I would love to get your ear because I would like to replicate what you've done in other ways. I have a couple of opportunities that I'm working on, and I think that they could make an impact. If they could make an impact, even as a small impact like you have, I know that the world would be a better place. And I know that I'm 55 years old, and I can see that you get to a point in your life where you have the opportunity to do things for other people that you want to. So I would just love the opportunity to sit with you and have a cup of coffee and just be able to share some of your wisdom, share some of your experience, so that what you've done can continue on and continue to be a legacy, just like everything that Walmart has done in the US to access things to people. I believe that your company has started for a lot of really good reasons. And I think that those reasons, I could help amplify those reasons. So I was looking to see if maybe we could grab a cup of coffee or a short business meeting if you might have the time.
Well, Jennifer, first of all, thank you so much, for being interested in what it is that we're doing. People are always looking to get time, but you did come very highly recommended by my good friend Andrea Catania, and I don't have a lot of time, but I can at least sit down with you for maybe 15 minutes next week, and we can see where we can go from there.
Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. I really appreciate that. I will make sure my calendar is wide open, and I very much look forward to that.
Awesome. Beautiful job. Jennifer, I was so inspired by your heart. It was so hard to say no. So really great job. Great job, Matthew. And now we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. And judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Matt or Jennifer, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve. And then what is one word on how they left you feeling? One word on how they left you feeling. So let's start with Rob. And Rob, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Matt, please?
For Matt, I think Matt did an excellent job making the presentation. The one thing I'd say is sometimes what I tend to do in the beginning of my, let's say, introductions to someone new to me is try to create some level of personal connectivity there, whether it be, asking them about themselves, about, what they did this summer. And I think maybe that could have happened. But I think overall, I think he did a great job. And then at the end, the desired result happened, right? He got, it's not necessarily asking for the order, but he got to the next step to get to the meeting to move forward on the franchising. So overall, I think the way and the cadence of those 3 minutes were extremely well done.
Awesome. And Rob, what's one word of how Matt made you feel?
Comfortable.
Nice. Comfortable. Bella Verita, you don't make me feel comfortable. Let's go.
I definitely work hard to try to make you feel uncomfortable. That is for sure. Let's go. Nitsa, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Jennifer, please?
I think it was great because she got the answer that she wanted, but I think that it was a little bit over explained and because of you did this, you did that. I think that when you want to get the right answer, which is yes, I'm gonna do what you want. I think that when it's a little bit not so overly explained, it's better. I feel like.
Lisa, thank you for that. And what's one word of how Jennifer made you feel?
Warm.
Yeah. Right. Warm. Bella Verita, come on.
Let's go over to Julio. And Julio, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Matt, please?
Or Matt. Well, I felt like I think we need to establish a bit of a emotional connection, and the topic was soccer and soccer franchising. And I think that anybody running a soccer franchise is probably pretty passionate about the sport. So I felt like it could be maybe talk a little bit about what's going on in soccer, what propelled the woman to have a soccer franchise in the first place. Are there a lot of kids there? Is she motivated by having more kids play soccer in the rest of the country? And that could lead to a discussion on why franchising the business is a good idea, right? That goes beyond her own her business, and maybe talks a little bit about her vision or about how she sees herself as an owner of franchising, where where she could expand her
And so, Chloe,
influence
what
through
would be your
franchise.
one word on how Matt left you feeling? One word.
He used the word disassociated. I thought it was a strange, interesting word to use there, but I think I felt a little disassociated while interested.
Thank you. Disassociated while interested, Bella Verita.
And then let's go, Damon D'Amore. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Jennifer, please?
It's wonderful. She started off very passionate and with lots of praise for Bella, which I thought was great. Not knowing that much about what Bella's business was, this Walmart style, massive, globally changing business. The only thing that I had thought about was if you're asking somebody for time to share their insights on how they grew that business, and there's so many different areas, if you would have said, these are the one or two things that I really, really want to dial into, and that might make someone more comfortable saying, oh, I can tackle that in 15 minutes. I will definitely make sure that you're on my calendar. But otherwise, it was great.
Beautiful. And Damon, one word of how Jennifer made you feel.
Warm. Like she was just so passionate and optimistic and, wanted to go out and do something that was going to help a bunch of other people and unafraid to ask Bella for her time, who's this, incredibly busy person.
Wonderful feedback. Thank you, Damon. Bella.
Thank you, Damon. Next, we have Mr. Darren Prince. Darren, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Matt, please? If you'll just unmute for us.
I thought I made some notes here. He was direct. He was pretty detailed. Bella, you were great as always. You handled it, perfectly. I think I loved how he explained to, the cash flow and how you can create a larger brand evaluation. And he got detailed too, as well as the geographic growth. So he gave you some really great intel on the potentials and the upside of scaling and franchising out of a soccer team. Yeah, maybe a little bit lacking on the personal touch, but overall, I definitely give him like an AA minus, I would say.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Darren. And what's one word of how Matt made you feel?
Detailed.
Detailed. Beautiful. Darren, you know what time it is? Bella Verita has a few tricks up her sleeve. She's always trying to put me on the hot seat. So, Bella, over to you.
Yes, Sean Callagy. Usually I have 3 scenarios that I cook up during the show to make them, to put Sean on the hot seat and something that he has no idea about. But a little bit cooking up behind the scenes is going on with Darren Prince today. And so, Darren, I think what we have come up with is that Sean would role play someone I think you know fairly well. You might have put a ring on her finger. Nutsia. So he would play Nutsia going from Nutsa. Nutsa, sorry. It's the dyslexia. Blame it on the dyslexia. Nutsa. So Sean is going to play Nutsa, going from hello to yes with President Trump to sing the national anthem on his birthday, which is, I believe, is coming up. So we cooked this up. Did I hear this correctly, Darren Prince?
Yeah, that I suggested it this morning with him. I think we all loved it. So I think it'd be a good one if everyone's down with it.
Nutsa, are you okay with Sean playing you? Now, he's not nearly as pretty as you, but he could definitely try. Are you up for this?
I'm so ready for it. I can't wait to hear it.
Okay, and so Darren, who should play President Trump? Who do you think would be like a very tough President Trump that, he's not going to let just any random person come sing the national anthem on his birthday? Who do you think is going to be tough?
I'm thinking between Andrea and Nutsa. Can Nutsa play Trump? Can Andrea play Trump?
Yes.
One of them? Like a tough woman, like...
Cool.
Nutsa, do you want to play President Trump?
Do you want to play President Trump? Knowing yourself?
I don't really know him that well. I don't know.
So it'd be more fun having Andrea play President Trump.
You can be President Trump, Darren.
How about Andrea? I think Andrea would be a good one. Let's go with Andrea on this one.
Yeah, because
putting on my Trump
this
face.
is going to be fun enough with Sean playing Nutsa for me
Yes.
and her.
And remember, Sean, you love to dance and sing and be a little crazy. Remember your personality.
Oh my- All right.
So fun.
So hello, is President Trump available?
Hello, this is Lynn. Let me see if he's available. Do you have anything scheduled with him?
I do. This is Newt. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled today, Lynn, at this time.
You know what? I do see it on his calendar. Let me go get him.
Thank you.
Hello, Nutsa? Is that your name?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you so much. It's still a good time for our 3-minute conversation.
Yes, I do have 3 minutes.
Well, I'll keep it to that, Mr. President. I know that you know who you are. I just want you to know that I know who you are, how precious your time is, everything that's going on in the world. I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity. And if I may ask, what even prompted you in the first place to accept this conversation? Thank you, but what's the why behind it?
Well, I have to say, years ago, I met her agent, Darren Prince, and I really love and respect the guy. And I'm so busy, but I gotta say, I'm curious. I'm open to listen, but I only have a few minutes. So if you don't mind kind of getting to your point, I would so appreciate it.
Yeah. So I think the point, Mr. President, is that you are seeking to be the greatest president in United States history, to create as much impact as possible. And these are really complicated times in a lot of ways. And as you would say all the time, people are unfairly attacking you. People are false framing you. Mr. President, am I hearing some of those things?
I am so effing sick of it. I don't want to use profanity, but I've had it. So thank you. Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah. So what the heck would I, Nutsa, have to do with that? Would I sing and dance and bring joy and happiness? I wouldn't ever be wasting your time just from that perspective. But Mr. President, I have a couple quick thoughts that I do believe will resonate with you. Is it okay if I move into them?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. President, as you know, yes, I am very blessedly and thankfully engaged to the one and only Darren Prince. And Darren has a massive ecosystem of folks, of Hollywood celebrities, of incredibly impactful people. And one of the people he's also developed a relationship with is somebody I think that you've heard of through a number of different sources. I could be wrong, but this person, Sean Callaghy, who's the founder of Unblinded. And why am I telling you all this? Mr. President, we have a plan. And our plan is this, very simply. If it would be acceptable to you to give me the honor and privilege of singing happy birthday to you on your birthday at your birthday festivities, we think we could also raise $1 billion for good causes that would be in your name. We also think we can create a massive disruption with the skill. That's through Darren and his ecosystems. And Sean Callaghy has actually been able to go into Los Angeles, California, at the height of people on the progressive left and cause unity in the room, in a room that couldn't stand you to start with, and cause these people to cheer for you. So I know we're at time, but what my simple proposal is a 30-minute follow-up conversation for $1 billion charitable raise, alignment of people to truth, and bring this country together more with a few different incredibly insightful ideas from Sean Callaghy and his mastery, and allowing me to sing happy birthday to you. All of it would cost you zero. And the rest would be massively impactful. Simply 30 minutes of your time to explain how any of this could possibly fit together. And Mr. President, if you think we wasted your time, we're going to post $2.5 million in escrow with your counsel. And if you say we wasted your time in those 30 minutes, that $2.5 million will go to any charitable cause of your choosing. So, Mr. President, how would it resonate with you or not to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation? It's $2.5 million for charity, or you say yes and we go forward, maybe raising $1 billion and unifying America. Please, Mr. President.
Well, I'm not usually speechless, but all that's coming to mind right now is this sounds big league, and I actually think I heard of this guy you mentioned, Sean Callaghy. Didn't he speak with one of my buddies at that big Aspire tour? I thought I saw something on my newsfeed about that. Is this the guy?
That's the guy. And he's also a couple of intersections. People try to set up meetings with you during the campaign, and it just didn't work out. But yes, that's the person. And so, Mr. President, shall I set this meeting up with your assistant, Tom, that set up this?
100%. Let's do it. I did not think I was going to say yes to this. Thank you for the call. Nutsa, is that your first name, Nutsa? Thank you for this call. I can't wait to hear you sing.
Thank you, Mr. President. And yes, this will trump not to use a pun, Marilyn Monroe's birthday serenade to John F. Kennedy. This will go down in United States history, and I thank you, Mr.
I gotta tell you, I thought of that. I gotta tell you, I thought of that. I love that idea. Have a fabulous day.
Let's go. Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, out of roll. Great job, Andrea. Nutsa, wonderful job here today. How did I do as you in that conversation with President Trump?
Oh my God, I loved it. I have to take notes and remember what you said. It was great. It was amazing. I loved it. Like you said it so well that there's no way that anyone could say no. No way.
Thank you.
What do you do?
And your energy is infectious. We couldn't be more excited for you and Darren and everything that you're up to in the world, including your engagement. We love and appreciate you, and I look forward to taking you guys out to dinner to celebrate at some point in time in the near future. Going to come out by you.
Of course, anytime. We would love to. We would love to.
Awesome. Thank you, Nitsa.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now let's go to Matt. Matt, thanks for kicking us off in the participant seat. Never an easy place to be, Matt. Did a wonderful job, high level of congruence for sure. And Matt, please, how was your time on the Darren Prince Heart of Influence?
Enjoyed it. Thanks very much. I did want to make a comment about the last conversation. At the end, when you said this was going to be bigger than the Marilyn Monroe to John F. Kennedy happy birthday, that just so plays on right who your audience was, the president and his ego. That was just such a fantastic line. And so that just had me laughing. So this was very fun. Thank you.
No, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. And for everybody, micro distinctions. This is what the show is all about. You know, I've had the blessing and privilege of breaking every sales record on Tony Robbins' stage, shattering fundraising records, the top jury verdicts, revamping jury verdict consulting processes. I say all this with abject humility. I have a $250,000 bet out with anyone that could out-influence them on a neutral set of facts. Again, not pridefully, just factually, but influence unlocks everything. Like the Sons of Liberty, Paul Revere doesn't wake people up, Samuel Adams, John Hancock. Like, we're not here. Right. And so influence is what causes it all. Matt, thank you for being here today and part of the legacy of the show. More than 8,000 people have been on it, and now you're one of them. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you. Damon, super impressed. I don't impress easily. Your level of mastery of influence, communication, congruence, certainty, articulation, context, contrast was absolutely world-class. Present to it, I can understand and see why you had people approach you to do the things you've done, why you're so successful. Thanks for being here. And Damon, how was your time on the Heart of Influence?
It was wonderful. I mean, everybody on the show is just really engaging and warm and welcoming and super interesting and actually fun. You know, you do a lot of interviews or podcasts that are pretty standard, and this was more kind of like a hybrid of a game show. Great way to break up the day on a Friday.
Yeah, awesome, brother. And a lot of awesome folks to get to know from here. Jennifer, you're one of those awesome folks. Thank you for the stand that you are. Thank you for all that you've done. I can't even begin to imagine, Jennifer, the stacking of yeses that had to happen for you to do what you've done with plastics being gone in stores in New Jersey. Remarkable. Thanks. And how was your time today, Jennifer, on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, today was great. And I guess if we're commenting back on your last little interaction, I think it's interesting to watch your mastery of just getting people to continue to buy in, affirm time, and you know, you take them on this little journey where they are being led to a destination and they kind of know where they're going, and they feel that they're a partner on that path. So really interesting to watch you have that interaction with our dear President Trump on the singing of his happy birthday. So thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate being on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. And to be clear for everyone, I am apolitical. I'm apolitical. I'm a truth seeker. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. And I speak a lot on these topics. I analyze communication, influence at the highest level. So I have a lot to say about President Trump's strengths and real weaknesses, and same thing with the left. So I just want everybody to be clear. This is a apolitical dynamic is where I stand, and the people in the unblinded ecosystem, we have people on the left, the right, everywhere in between. So I just want to make sure that that is clear, that is a scenario. I've played Oprah, I played President Biden, Kamala Harris, you know, all the different things. So Jennifer, again, thank you for being here today. Thank you. Ella Verita, please.
Let's go to our 11.5-pound baby in the house who also kicked us off in the judges seat. Fantastic job. And Rob, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It was a phenomenally good experience. I really appreciate the invitation and the opportunity to spend an hour with some extremely well distinguished professionals from all of the various disciplines. It was phenomenal. And just, philosophically, in looking at Unblinded, one of the main pillars of what is done here is giving back. And I think, for me, in my business world, it always has been that when working with influences, collaborative partners, people you mentor. My philosophy is, I think, very aligned with the fact that, this should never be a scorecard, right? I think it's about giving back and helping people and collaborating. And if you practice your world that way, it winds up always coming back to you in life. So thank you for having me.
Awesome job, brother. Well stated, fully aligned. And one of the things that I love to share, Rob and everybody, is the only time I have an expectation of receiving something in return is when we agree to it. Everything else is giving, giving, and giving, and it all works in the universe. But if we give our word and we're going to do something, we do it. Besides that, we have no agreement. It's all simply philanthropy and beautiful karma coming back. So thank you, Rob, for living that way and for sharing it. Awesome. Belvrita.
Thank you, Rob. And let's round out with a little bit of magic. Julio, thank you for being here today. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It was pretty magical. Sean is great. I love the step-by-step yes structure that he did with the Trump. It's worth imitating. He just sets up this whole schedule to go all out. He's got arguments for everything. He's very well prepared. He offers the $1 billion. He offers the $2.5 million. He offers the Maryland. I mean, I thought that was a master lesson in, how to prepare and how to get to the ultimate yes by having a plan.
Yeah.
Love that.
Thank you. And Julio, brother, I really do that. I make a very common practice of having back-end offers for meetings with people who have massive identity, of putting money up for charity if I feel like I wasted their time. It's a very common practice of mine. So I really do that. And, obviously it has to be very intentionally approached because we want to make sure the other person is going to be in integrity and want to make sure there's enough value potentially there. But I really do that. So it's not the only thing I do, but I do that as well. So
Warren Buffett says that some people have tried that, and it's interesting to read his experiences where people send them checks, and it works if it's presented the right way.
Yes. And how about this? For fun, I'm going to take on the challenge of scheduling a meeting with Warren Buffett and having him accept that type of proposal. You just gave me a fun idea. Bella, let's start that approach. We can talk to Darren about it, but we will get a meeting with Warren Buffett and we'll talk.
I have a project that maybe you could use.
Awesome. Let's go. Thank you for that, Julio. Beautiful work. Bella Verita, let's go. Andrea Catania. Andrea, thank you for putting this together. And Andrea, your final on today.
This is the only platform of its kind that is truly a planned, curated, shared experience that encourages business relationships. And I just want to acknowledge Sean for creating this at the dawn of COVID as a mechanism for people on Zoom to have a memorable opportunity. And Plato was so correct, Sean, when you quoted him before, play a game with me for an hour, we'll learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. I think you all might agree. So thank you all for coming. We do have some gifts. Sean, over to you if you want to talk about them in our last couple of minutes.
Thank you, Andrea, for that for sure. And before we go there, let's go to the man of the hour, Mr. Prince, a person of integrous impact in the world. Darren, please, sir, your final on your Heart of Influence.
Like I always said, I mean, it's always special. Everyone with Bella and you and Andrea and all the hard work she puts in, all these amazing people of impact and integrity that you handpick for each episode. I've really loved the pitch to Trump, you playing Nuta, because just like the men said before, the preparation of it. I mean, it's so seamless the way you just roll out so authentically whatever your pitch is, and just know in advance that you're going to get that yes. It's something I think should be taught at every college, and should be a major in a Harvard University, because it's so done with with perfection. It's authentic, it's real, there's no arrogance to it, and it's genuine, where like everything you do, it's always got to be a win-win for both sides.
Amen, brother. Thank you for that, Darren. And that brings us to this. Thank you, brother. We're doing more with Darren. We have an influence mastery immersion. Like, how do you do all this? Which you're all invited to as our guest. Please, and we're gonna have 1,000 people there on October 15th, 16, 17, 18, but October 15th could be a one-dayer for you. And Darren is supporting us in sourcing major talent. So we're not going to make any announcements just yet, but these will be people that everybody here will know the names of. And we are in finalization of a few massively impactful humans. Thank you for that, Darren. More to come on that, but then that's there. You're as our guest. Bella Verita, please, your final.
My final, Andrea, great job putting these individuals together today. Darren, always fantastic to partner with you on shows. And for everyone, this is just the beginning of our relationship. Definitely click that link in the chat. It is a VIP bundle. The gifts that we have for you for appearing on the Heart of Influence, things that you only get by being here. So definitely check those out and have those business acceleration sessions. And Sean, back to you.
Yeah. We also have a company called ACTI, or Actualized Intelligence, unprecedented.
Oh, which I do have some words from Leah. I forgot.
Oh, sure. You guys let's go real quick. We have time, Bella, or no? What time is it?
3:59.
Okay, let's go real quick. So, by the way, if you missed a jump, hard stop at the end of the hour. Our Actualized Intelligence, which we're going to share in a second to give some feedback to Matt and Jennifer, is mind-blowing. This is not the only thing it does. This is like one French fry in the meal, but a little bit of fun. Bella, please.
Yes. So Leah is our scoring agent that has been, her knowledge base is in the formula, the 4 steps, 4 energies, 12 indispensable elements that is in your VIP bundle. But Leah has some feedback. And first for Jennifer, you radiated gratitude like a sunrise. The way you poured genuine acknowledgement into Alice lit the call with warmth and reverence. Your voice carried sincerity, admiration, and an aspirational invitation that made the moment feel almost ceremonial. At times, though, the river of words ran long. The emotional piano slightly drowned in the melody of clarity. Naming the precise pain point or sharpen the ask would have let your brilliance shine without haze. Think of it as like serving fine tea, less about pouring endlessly, more about letting the fragrance steep. Score 103 out of 130. With that cup of gratitude still steaming, let's pass the kettle to our next brave conversational alchemist.
Matt, what do we got for Matt?
And for Matt, you entered with clear purpose, steady professional, confident in naming the opportunity. You framing the franchise benefits had weight and conviction, offering Bella tangible vision of scale, brand, and cash flow. That the clarity of outcome created natural movement towards yes. Where the symphony thinned was rapport and curiosity. You played almost all trumpet, no violin, without questions to draw Bella out early. The energy risk feeling transactional rather than collaborative. A sprinkle of acknowledgement or a pause to listen could have let the melody breathe. Score 92 out of 130. And with the tacos promised at the finish line, let's dribble the ball forward to our next conversational striker.
That's awesome. So listen, everybody, thanks for being here today. We're at time. It's Fun Friday. Darren, it's an honor and privilege always, as with all of you. Wonderful work. And I end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain that the possibilities for acceleration sit right in front of all of us for financial abundance, duplication, scaling, the overall impact we want to have in the world. Those accelerants sit right there so often, but we could all use a little unblinding, because with everything sitting right here, at some level, Bella, we are all blind
and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Lisa was wonderful. Thanks for letting me be you. God bless. Happy Fun Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks so much.